NoDQ.com.
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 NoDQ.com. NoDQ.com.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to episode number 952 of NoDQ Video here on YouTube. This is the YouTube version, the short version. Head over to NoDQ.com if you would like to watch the full-length version. There are a lot of topics to discuss coming off of the Payback pay-per-view. We have the Backlash pay-per-view coming up. We have Extreme Rules, a lot of stuff to cover. Head over to NoDQ.com. I will also post a direct link in the description box. That is the best way you can support the videos and support NoDQ.com. Watch the videos directly on the website, the full-length versions. I thank you guys for continuing to support, and hopefully more people will continue to support the site as we move forward. So with that being said, let's get down to your questions. First one today comes from Aaron Rift Rules. Love that username. Hey Aaron, could you see Jeff Hardy having another singles run in WWE and possibly going for the Universal title? I think it's a possibility. Anything is possible. WWE could look back at Jeff Hardy's previous run in WWE and how successful that was. I would not rule it out. But I think right now, WWE will get the most mileage out of the Hardys as a tag team, and I think that's how it should be for now. You have other guys that are in line for the Universal title. You have Braun Strowman, you have Roman Reigns, you have Finn Balor, you have Seth Rollins. There's a lot of matches to do with Lesnar. I think it's unlikely we see Jeff Hardy versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal title. I do not see the Hardys splitting up anytime soon. Now, a year from now, Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy have a really successful run as a tag team and they have a split, then I could see it as a possibility. But if it does happen, I do not think it's going to happen anytime soon. This one comes from Nick Easy. Would you like to see the Hardy Boys feud with the New Day, or would you like to have seen it? Now that the New Day is on the SmackDown brand, it's unlikely we'll ever see the Hardys versus the New Day. To me, it's not that big of a deal. I think that the New Day should be split up, quite frankly. I think that New Day as a tag team has run its course, but that's just my personal opinion. Maybe on SmackDown they'll have a new lease on life. Maybe they'll turn heel again. But I think the New Day is still a team because of the fact that they're still selling merchandise, and there's really no good creative reason to keep them together other than they're still selling t-shirts and so forth. I think that the Hardys versus the New Day would have been a compelling match if the Hardys had come in sooner, like a year ago. If the Hardys were in WWE in early 2016, I think New Day versus the Hardys would have made a lot of sense. But then again, the Hardys, they are a babyface tag team right now, and the New Day are also babyfaces. I'm not sure if that dynamic would have really worked a year ago, and maybe now if the New Day had turned heel and had stayed on the Raw brand, maybe you could have made it work. But I like what's going on right now with Sheamus and Cesaro feuding with the Hardys and going heel. I think that that's very compelling. I think so far it's an interesting storyline. So I'm not really making a big deal out of wanting to see the Hardys versus New Day. It's not something that I'm dying to see at this point, and if it never happens, I'm okay with it. It's not one of those dream match scenarios, in my opinion. This one comes from Colin Andrew. Do you see Seth Rollins holding the IC Championship at some point this year? Probably not. I think that Seth Rollins will continue to be booked as one of the top stars in WWE, and I think that he will likely go for the Universal title at some point, whether it's against Brock Lesnar or someone else. I think if Rollins is going to go for any title, it'll be the Universal title. I doubt we'll see him go for the IC title. We did have that triple threat match on Raw, which, by the way, was excellent. One of the best Raw main events in a long time. Check it out if you haven't yet. Highly recommend it. But beyond that, I do not think Rollins is going to go for the IC title. I think he'll continue to feud with Samoa Joe for the time being, and then maybe sometime in the summer, he'll get a match with Brock Lesnar or whoever the Universal Champion is, whether it's Lesnar or Strowman or Reigns, who knows. Anything's possible at this point. But yeah, I think that if Rollins goes for any title, it'll be the Universal title. This one comes from @24RedLife. Do you think the knee angle is finally done? It made Rollins matches slow and boring. I thought that Samoa Joe versus Seth Rollins at Payback was a good match. I liked the psychology. I thought Rollins sold his injury well, the bad knee. But I am tired of it. I think it's time to drop that storyline. But the thing is, for it to really make logical sense, Rollins needs a little bit of time off. I would consider having Joe beat Rollins at Extreme Rules and then have Rollins take a little bit of a hiatus from television and allow, in the storyline, Rollins has this time to heal up and then maybe come back at SummerSlam and get into a big feud. Like I mentioned with the previous question, maybe have Rollins go for the Universal title. But my gut feeling is that's not going to happen. Seth Rollins will probably stay on TV, and I think they should drop that whole aspect of the angle, though. You know, it is kind of ridiculous when you think about it. Right before WrestleMania, the doctor saying that no doctor in the country would clear him, and not only does he get by WrestleMania, but he also continues to wrestle every single night, and he seems to be hurt all the time, but he somehow keeps going. He's like Superman. But then again, that's what WWE wants to do with these guys. These guys are larger-than-life athletes that can pretty much deal with any injury. The problem is, at some point, credibility is lost, and when you have a doctor saying no doctor is going to clear him, it really means nothing because the guy just comes right back and is able to overcome just about anything. So it is a little bit frustrating the way the storyline is played out with Rollins, but I think in terms of Rollins selling and the quality of the matches, I think they've been really good. Even the Triple H match I thought was good. It just, in my opinion, it wasn't the right match for them to do under the circumstances at WrestleMania. I think it dragged out too long, and that seems to be the commonplace with Triple H matches lately. Triple H going out there doing the long-winded matches. But I thought they were well done. I thought the Triple H match was well done. I thought the Joe match was well done.